Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm TJ O'Connor. With me, as always, Damian the Wolverine Hill. We're being joined tonight by Ian Nelson, who's getting ready to fight this Saturday night, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, for Pier FC 17. Trash Talk is brought to you, as always, by our sponsors: Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, Spartan Martial Arts, James Clark Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, The Fighters, and my mom. Ian, how are you doing today, sir? Thanks for joining us.
Good, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us tonight. How have you been since your last fight? I mean, I know that we don't like to bring up negative things, but that the softball inside your foot was quite the thing to see. How have you been dealing, or how have you been transitioning back into fighting and stuff? And how's the?
So everything's actually going really good. I ended up starting teaming up with the boys up in Ironworks. It's been going there since December. So
Oh, okay.
so I learned from Shay. He's the stud, man. He's awesome, that's for sure. But just the guys, I'm from Toma, smaller town, so it's tough finding different sparring partners and whatnot, and love the guys here and camp I had here and stuff like that too, but in order to kind of get better and stuff like that and kind of, reach out a little more, started going up there and been going up there 2 to 3 days a week. And it's been awesome. Good group of guys, So the foot, it actually healed up in 2 weeks. So
yeah.
I was back running on in 2 weeks. It was pretty,
Okay.
it was pretty,
Nothing. Nothing.
just,
Okay.
broke all the blood vessels on the top of it. That was it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm not. Granted, I mean, it probably sucked, but that's pretty rough. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry to put it like that.
Merely a
But yeah, I'm glad.
cosmetic wound.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely an experience. It happened right away in the second round. I remember looking down at it because it felt like there was I don't know, like a little Oompa Loompa was sitting there blowing up the top of my foot like a basketball, and I'm like, what is going on? And I just saw it just rising up. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna look at that one till it's over, But as far as the loss with Joel, Joel was awesome. That was a super fun fight. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. We got Fight of the Night award for that, and it was awesome. So that one, there's only one fight I'd really ever like to get back on on a rematch, and that's not one of those. I went out there, gave it my all. It's the way that the dice rolled that night, and it is what it is, So move on to the next and just keep getting better,
Oh yeah. And moving on to the next, what type of a fight do you expect from your opponent this Saturday?
I don't know. I honestly have never been one to watch a lot of film on people and stuff like that. There's plenty of stuff I need to work on myself, So, kind of looked him up a little bit. He's taller, longer, rangier. Every guy is I fight, so same story. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm one of those guys that lies about my height on driver's license, stuff like that. I'm short, stocky, So, it is what it is, I'm hoping, I'm 36 years old, not going for any type of championships or any type of belts, So hopefully just to keep running this Fight of the Night award stuff through and, I don't know, get 3 of them, collect 3 Fight of the Night awards. I think that'd be pretty cool to have in the mantle, Win or lose, don't matter, I guess. It's something I love doing, so whatever.
Dude, you sound just like Justin Gaethje, and Justin Gaethje goes out there and delivers every time, so I fucking love it. Oh my God, what actually got you into fighting? What started it off for you?
So it was actually watching George St. Pierre just whoop the smack out of Jay Huron. So it was before he even got a title fight. I just watched it. I was like, holy cow, man, this guy just beat the shit out of the dude. And he didn't even get touched, and it was just awesome. And so I started doing jiu-jitsu, and it was a progressional thing, jiu-jitsu. And I started wanting to get into stand-up, so I did a competition in lacrosse, a stand-up competition in lacrosse. And it was a good time, you know what I mean? So I realized really quick in my days where, man, it wasn't like that. You're not going in there. You're always getting touched, especially being the shorter guy. Take two to get one, but as long as you make sure that one connects, that's where it's at, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. TJ knows all about that, actually. That's why he was smiling and grinning. TJ's been the shorter guy in almost all of his fights. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to make fun now, TJ.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
being
not trying.
5'9" at heavyweight, you're almost guaranteed to be the shorter guy. I think ended up fighting one person that was my height, and even then, he might have got 5'10" on my 5'9". So I definitely understand, but it's one of those things where, height only matters when it comes to how tall you are and you can ride the roller coaster. Once you can ride all the roller coasters, that shit is irrelevant. I mean, you got the fighting style for it. Your fighting style shows in the fights. One of the things we were talking about off camera, little inside baseball, is you actually had some experience before getting into even kickboxing. Tell us about your tough man fighting days and how those experiences went.
Yeah, so I did 2 tough man competitions. Super fun. I love those things. That's really where I kind of tested my stand up. The first one, I actually made 155 pounds. I don't know how on earth I did that, but somehow I got down there. I wasn't sure. So then the second one, I think they had it was like 168. And so I went to that one. But first year I ended up going, I believe it was like 5-1.
Okay.
6-1 it would have been. Yeah, I ended up losing to a guy named the Billy Goat, Chris Graw. I don't know if you ever heard of him at all, but he was a dude out of Caledonia. They got a boxing gym over there and stuff like that, and he was one of their guys. But awesome guy. And then the next year, I ended up doing, or it was 2 years later, I ended up doing it and shattered my big toe right away in the first round, too. I remember it was one of those things when you're in there, right? And you threw that. I threw a switch kick, and I just started learning switch kicks. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try this new trick I got. Did it. And I swear to God, I was like slow motion, just watching my thumb or just watching my big toe go right into the dude's elbow. And I remember planting it back down. I was like, oh, man, that ain't sprained. That thing's fucked. So even when I ended up going down to the hospital at night, the guy's like, so what's the matter? I'm like, I'm pretty sure my toe is shattered. And he ended up popping his head out of the x-ray room. He's like, oh, yeah. She's gone, shattered in 5 spots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How long is the recovery?
That one was about 8 weeks, that bad boy was.
Okay. Did they put a cast on it?
No, they weren't able to do anything with it because it was on the big toe, just the joint before that.
Yeah,
so,
dude, I've never broken a toe. I feel like, damn, that would suck.
Well, there's one thing about all my fights, it seems like, and I say this where it's like, win or lose, it hurts. No matter what, I'm not walking in there the same way I walked out. And I mean, proved on that last Three Rivers fight, you know what I mean? Where it's just how it is, man. I kick. That's my thing. My MO is kicking, so.
Yeah.
As a fan, I love that mentality. As I guess you could call us media, I love that mentality. As a fighter, that's probably the last thing I want to hear is a guy saying, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going in there. We're both leaving a part of something in that ring. I guess you kind of summed it up, and I feel like I know the answer for this, but I have to ask anyways. What type of fight are you expecting on Saturday night?
Just to get in there, you know what I mean? That's where it's all at. Working with Shay, he's like, dude, you're like the Energizer Bunny. As soon as you get hit, you just come forward, But now I've been working on stand back, using what little reach I do have, using angles and stuff like that. But usually I just like getting in there and just start swinging, That was what's really cool with Joel at that last 10 seconds, the fight that we had. We just met in the middle, and there's one picture that the guy that was taking the pictures got me where I threw this left hook, and I missed that thing by 1.5 miles, but damn, was I throwing hard. So.
Name. I want to give him a shout out. I'm blanking on his name right now. Shit. I'm gonna look it up and put it on the bottom of the screen. But anyway,
yeah, shout out to him.
Joel Shear.
Yeah.
This guy.
Okay. Fuck. I don't know. TJ, you go.
Well, yeah, besides shout out to him, he's gone now, but we love that reporter. I mean, I couldn't be more excited for this. I love the way your passion comes through just even while speaking to you, and then when you see it in your fighting style, it makes sense. when I watch your fight and I'm like, oh, this guy's looking for chaos, and then I ask you a question, like, I'm looking for chaos. So it's exactly what I see. You kind of mentioned some of the guys you've been working with, but any teammates or anybody you want to give a shout out to who you've been working with leading up to this fight, who's been able to put some work in with you?
Yeah, for sure. Pedro Lopez, he's been one of my guys. I know you guys interviewed him the other night. He's been
Yeah.
a dude that's been there, been real supportive. Sam Brewer's been there. Tyler Peterick, I always say his name differently in slang terms, so I had to think about that one. Gary Klonko, he was, he's been in there and stuff like that. It's kind of been the guys the main group of guys that, we've been playing with, I guess if you want to call it that, tapping each other, so it's always fun.
Okay. Before we get to, I guess, starting to wrap it up, like what type of preparations have you been making for the height and reach difference for this specific fighter? Because I believe he's listed at 5'11", but we were talking earlier and I was one of those people, like, we had taller guys on our team, like, say you're shorter than what you are, and then if you're shorter, say you're taller. Like, but but so like 5'11" is what he's listed at. What preparations have you been making to adjust to that type of a reach and height advantage?
Always getting off the center line, finishing, with kick, punch, keep my hands up. So that way, if he does come in, hopefully it's just the last 4 inches of his punch hits me versus the entire 12, but just trying to keep him at bay as much as I can, like I said, my kicks are always there. I love timing kicks, so comes in, always kicking, but always finishing with a knee or a kick or, something like that. And just getting off center line. That's the biggest point. Just getting off center line.
Hell yeah. Oh man, I love it. And I guess yeah, before we do wrap it up, do you have any sponsors or anybody else outside the gym that you'd like to give a special shout out to?
No, just everybody, I guess, has been along, supportive on Facebook, stuff like that for it. It's, this is one of those things. I'm 36, kind of feel like an old man in the sport, stuff like that. But it's one of those things where, got a lot of support here, a lot of family support, everything like that, friends especially, so yeah, just, gonna do this one, do the April fight, and I guess we'll kind of evaluate and see how it goes from there. But looking forward to both these. Can't wait to get in there and start hammering.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the video to be posted because I'm not going to be there, which is shame on me. Oh my God. I feel like I'm missing a fucking war, dude. You sound just like Justin Gaethje. And like I said before, he's the guy that always delivers. And so do you, man. Like
You keep that Trash Talk Fighter of the Month award open, all right? You can't be losing it out just yet.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, man, I really appreciate you for taking the time to be on with us, and I really appreciated your last fight too. I actually got to be K-side for that one. That was the shit. And I talked to you in the locker room after. Man, this is what I love. Man, thank you for being the guy that you are. And
same
sorry.
time, thank you guys for doing it too. You know what I mean? You get, like, it wasn't, not me so much, but you're getting local fighters, you're getting getting them some publicity and stuff like that, and you just keep expanding the sport. So I get it, with us, you wouldn't be there, but without you guys, some of these younger up and comers wouldn't get their name out as well too. So it means a lot for the sport and everything like that. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, like fuck, we're nothing without the fighters. So dude,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love this shit. I love what we do. Sorry, TJ.
No, we don't take compliments well at Trash Talk. Send all your hate our way, so that way it fuels us a little bit more. But we do really appreciate Ian for joining us. I'm excited to see this fight. When like I said, best of skill to you come this 29th, and look forward to speaking with you again. I'm sure we'll have you on down the road here in no time, especially leading up to April. For all the fans out there, like this video, subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Don't be a hoe.
Later, guys.